What is up, nerd and nerdettes of the interwebs? It's your boy Brady here.
And you're the boy, Adam.
And we're bringing you yet another episode of Best of the Best. This is the final matchup in the first round of the Best MCU tournament. And if you have been following along, then you will know that this final one leaves us with only two. Both Guardians of the Galaxy movies, to be exact. Adam will be arguing for the first one, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, while I will be arguing for the sequel, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Adam, would you care to explain the rules?
Alright. As usual, we'll be doing 30 seconds for an opening statement, 2 minutes to argue your point, 1 minute rebuttal, and a 30-second closing statement. And as usual, we will be beginning with the higher-seeded movie, and in this case, that is the original Guardians of the Galaxy. So I finally get to start one, because I haven't for the last few. So we'll get started on that.
Alright, Adam, are you ready to go first?
Yep.
Alright, Adam, your 30-second opening statement shall begin now.
I think it's safe to say that without an original Guardians of the Galaxy, there would be no Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. It introduces characters that really no one has ever really known about very much and makes them one of the most loved and funniest characters within the MCU. Introduces many elements of the MCU that further the whole storyline, which furthers the MCU, which makes it a better MCU movie. I said MCU a lot. And now, Brady, you have your 30-second opening statement. Are you ready?
Sure.
Alright, then go ahead when you are.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is better than the first one because it takes all the wacky fun of the first film and it doubles it. This movie is funnier, the villain is bigger, and the soundtrack is better, and the action is better. All of these things or make a sequel better than its predecessor. Therefore, this is why I feel that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is better than the original. And I still have 6 seconds left. Woo. Alright. Adam, your 2-minute argument is going to begin whenever you say that you were ready.
Alright.
I'm waiting.
I know.
I'm waiting.
I know you are.
Gotta say that you're ready.
What if I'm not?
And then we'll be here all night.
Yep, we've already been here most of the night recording the last few episodes.
So you want to extend this and us not record this episode? We've been trying to record these episodes for almost a month now.
Well, maybe if you'd stop talking, I'd get a chance to say that I'm ready, and then I can go ahead and start. Alright, I'm ready now. Well, the problem with Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is that the villain is so overpowered, and the action scenes feel like they're just compensating, not really compensating, but trying to make it better than the last one. And which happens so many times with superhero and action movies, is they try to make it bigger and better every time, but then they end up going too big, and it just becomes overpowered. The first Guardians of the Galaxy actually contributes stuff to the MCU by introducing us to another Infinity Stone, explaining to those of us who don't know what the actual Infinity Stones are for, and we get to see Thanos. We hear some lore about him. We get to see some of his offspring, and we also see that one of his offspring ends up becoming a good guy, or a good girl, I guess, which is going to add more to a little more of a personal conflict for Thanos in Infinity War and in future movies where he has to face the Guardians. We get to finally hear his voice, even though he does just sit in a chair, but we get to hear him talk. And the second Guardians of the Galaxy honestly contributed absolutely nothing to the MCU. No matter how good of a movie it is, it did not further the actual storyline. Pretty much everything that could happen was just reset and just didn't really leave any remnants aside from a few characters dying off. Spoiler alert. This is a comedy. Both are comedies, but it brought the Marvel to a different side of the comedy. We see some cool space battles. This whole thing takes place in space, which introduces the possibility of the Space Avengers, which we haven't seen before in any sort of capacity as far as entertainment goes. And we also have a little more of a relatable side to Star-Lord with the sad story of his mom dying of cancer, which is very relatable to many people who are Marvel fans. That was a mouthful. Alright, Brady, your turn to gear up for arguing for the other Guardians.
Hold on, I'm putting my rebuttal stuff in here.
Okay.
Alright, I got this.
Boom, boom. That was the Jeopardy theme song, in case you didn't know. Alright, and your 2-minute argument time begins now.
Alright, one of the things that Volume 2 had was much more comedy than 1 had, which is nice to see these funny people make funny jokes. This movie had Baby Groot, and which is aw. Come on, Baby Groot was cute. You admit it. Admit it. It has the best Stan Lee cameo in the entire MCU. Him being with the Watchers, making light of a popular internet theory that had been going around, which that's nice to see big movie directors take into account little YouTubers making theories. It's nice to see. Ego tells Peter that he gave his mom a brain tumor, which was an unexpected twist that I liked. I mean, I didn't like that she had a brain tumor, but I liked that the twist was that he gave it to her. Seeing young Kurt Russell CGI, that was cool. I'm glad we had the technology to be able to do that, and to see it in an MCU movie was very nice. This has a better soundtrack than Volume 1. This movie has Mr. Blue Sky, Fox on the Run, Fleetwood Mac, My Sweet Lord by George Harrison, and it also has Cheap Trick on here. Whereas the other one, the best songs on that one were Moon Age Daydream by David Bowie, Cherry Bomb by The Runaways, and Hooked on a Feeling by Blue Suede. So the songs were better in mine, and while Ronan was intimidating to a degree, you never really felt the threat to the heroes like you do in this one, because it's an actual living planet and much more powerful than Ronan. Alright, Adam. Now that my 2 minutes are up, your 1 minute is going to begin whenever you say go.
Go. Yeah. Okay, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is the first MCU movie to actually break chronology. Up to this point, we've just assumed that everything happens in real time, and by doing that, it throws off the balance of fans' understanding of the chronology of the MCU, and it just confuses people even more. It was really annoying. The twist, I did not think that was a good twist, with the fact of having Kurt Russell's character become bad, is that we finally have Star-Lord have something go his way, and then and when he thinks he has it down, then it just gets thrown out the window, and it was just a bad twist. Almost saw it coming because there wasn't really an established villain at that point. The first one had a better suit-up scene, I think. The second one was a lot more inappropriate, which is not family-friendly, which is what the superhero genre is supposed to be. And I also didn't like the whole theme of people being gods and playing God, and as a Christian, that just didn't feel like a very good thing. Alright, Brady, your 1 minute rebuttal time begins whenever you're ready, and whenever you say I'm ready.
I'm ready. You said that your movie had space stuff. Obviously, my movie had space stuff too, and it expanded the cosmic side of the MCU by adding more characters, like Sylvester Stallone's character, and that whole cantina-esque planet that's full of the bad guys. That was expanded the cosmic stuff. And the idea behind all this tragedy that Peter faces is the idea that biology doesn't make family. It's being around those who love you and you also love, like Yondu dying. That was to symbolize that, yes, he's going through hardship, but it's also like this is his family. The Guardians are his family. And the God complex that Ego has, it makes a good villain who's easy to dislike, and he dies at the end. So I feel like it's fine there, since he is. Alright, Adam. We are almost done with round 1. Are you excited?
Very.
Alright, then. So all you gotta do is say you're ready, and then your 30 seconds will begin.
You ready? Alright. Guardians of the Galaxy. Can't have a second without a first. It takes the MCU to a whole new level and a whole new frontier. The final frontier, to be in fact, is in space. And introduces new elements of the MCU that haven't been really seen before. We go into more of the personal side of Thanos, and we get to see another Infinity Stone, and we get to hear the explanation of Infinity Stones, and we have great comedic characters introduced. And now, Brady, it's your turn to wrap up, and you can go ahead and start.
Like I said before, this movie is a sequel. Obviously, it's called Volume 2, and it delivers as a sequel should. Bigger villain, funnier comedy, better story, surround the whole story being about family and who your true family is and how it's not but necessarily biology that determines your actual family, but it's those who you love and surround yourself with.
Finally done with round 1 after the 8th debate. Finally done, and then we get to gear up for the next round. Head over to Facebook and vote in the poll my phone buzzed. Head over to Facebook and vote in the poll to determine which movie moves on to finish up the round 2 of the MCU tournament. While you're there, like our Facebook page, like my Facebook page at Caballero Life, my other YouTube channel.
Follow me at Mr. Brady Jones on Twitter.
And also, as always, like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment below who you think won the debate, and recommend this show to your family and your friends and even your enemies. Until next time.
It's your boy Brady.
And you're the boy Adam.
Adios.
Amigos.